is yours.
I can't. Your icy glare has frozen me completely.
Shut up. Just take the thing.
No. Please don't kill me.
What? Who's going to?
Sword! He's got a sword!
My sword! How did you?
I can't do this anymore!
What an odd girl. But she certainly caught my attention. I've never seen that technique before. Oh.
C'est pas les cheveux, c'est les yeux.
Back to her.
Faut dire qu'il a les yeux d'un psycho. C'est peut-être pour ça qu'il m'attire autant.
So, Felix, is the tea to your...
It is.
It's nice to relax like this every now and then.
It is.
You said some of your equipment...
It...
Are you not in the mood to talk? We could discuss your family or what's happening in high society. Play...
None of those.
Of course, only... Oh, I know. We're holding a small opera in the cathedral soon. I'll be singing too. If you're interested in...
You can sing.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Can I sing? I was only a diva of the Middle Front Opera.
Oh, right.
You forgot. Am I that uninteresting to you? What must you think of me?
You're insincere and loud, is what I think. But you do make a good sparring partner. And a good tea companion.
Oh.
Anyway, when...
It's an opera, and you don't have to come.
You just invited me. You can't tell me not to come.
Oh, then you must be there.
I haven't said I'll go.
Are you going to come or not? If you keep teasing me, I might just pretend...
Fine, I'll go.
Fantastic. I look forward to it.
Merde. 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 Non. Non, elle va me voler mon Félix. Elle a pas droit. Elle a pas droit. C'est mon Félix à moi.
May I help you, Sedith?
Finally noticed me, I see. Good to see that you are so dedicated to your training.
Do you have need of my sword?
No, this is not a military matter. I would like to discuss the distance you seem to be keeping from the others.
Distance? I don't follow.
I have noticed that you like to keep others at arm's length, and in most cases, quite a bit further.
Keeping a close eye on me. They don't share my values, that's all.
Is that why you train alone? Because your friends do not share your values?
You seem displeased. I suppose you're going to tell me, to defeat your enemies, you must have dependable allies.
That's not exactly how I would phrase it, but having good relationships with your allies is essential in combat. I am sure you realize that it is easier to bond with people when you interact with them more. There are limits to what one person can do alone. Great thing.
You sound like my father. You're saying it's in my own interest to make friends?
To put it simply, yes. As much as you possibly can. To be honest, I envy you. Because I know what it is like to not have many people to call friends.
I wouldn't have guessed that. There are so many devout believers.
I am talking about friends. People to speak with on equal terms. You have many friends here. You should take care to attend to them.
I'll consider your advice, but I'm not usually one to change my mind.
To be young.
Il y a Papy Cetex qui a donné ses conseils. Luce est parti dans une autre famille en fait, il y a un an à peu près. Je l'ai donné parce qu'il fait trop chaud chez moi, il était pas bien. Du coup, quand la mère d'une amie m'a dit que maintenant que son mari était parti, elle se sentait seule et qu'elle allait chercher un animal, je lui ai demandé si elle voulait prendre mon chat.
Do not fret. I have not come to ask you to chop wood. You said that for one to live, they...
This again. Yes, that's what I said. You still have a problem with that?
No, I do not have a problem with it at all. I simply want you to live too.
Oh, okay. Then I'll get back to my training.
Excuse me, I am not finished yet. During this time of war, you must wield your sword to ensure your own life. If that is the case, then it follows that we should bring an end to this war.
To end the war, you'd have to kill more people.
Perhaps that is true. But once all is said and done, there would no longer be a need to kill. Only to...
That's pure fantasy. But if it came to pass, there would be no place for me. What would I do? I was raised to swing a sword. In a world without strife, warriors like me would be lost souls. It's tragic in a way. We fight to bring peace, and then, if we achieve it, we lose our purpose.
Ouais, ça m'attriste encore un peu, mais aux dernières nouvelles, il était beaucoup mieux là où il était. Il courait, il était bien.
I do not think that is anything you should worry yourself over. If the war ends and peace reigns, I shall be sure to have plenty of wood chopping for you to do.
What a generous offer.
And you will never be short on fruits and vegetables to chop for me either. If you felt like you lost your purpose in life, surely you would find a new purpose. It is not like you to be afraid of losing something after all.
I never thought about it, but maybe there is a path for me in peacetime. I'm intrigued.
La pauvre.
I might even like to realize this fantasy of yours.
Oh, that brings me such joy, Felix. Together, we can make this a reality. I can see it now. A life where you slice vegetables rather than... I will greatly enjoy the day when we...
Excuse me, Ash. Do you have a moment? I finally managed to finish cooking a dish, and I would love...
Sounds good. I'd be happy to. Wow, Mercedes. This is delicious.
I used that herb you suggested. Boiling it gave off such a lovely aroma. I think I used the right amount of spice, too. Even I could eat it without burning my tongue. I'm a much better cook now, thanks to you. I hope you can continue teaching me.
Oh, definitely. I should thank you too.
Thank me? Even after all the trouble I've caused you?
Seeing you persevere has made me really happy. In fact, you've reminded me of someone I cared about.
Oh, someone you cared about? Romantically?
I didn't mean it that way. I was actually thinking about my brother.
What a relief. I didn't even know you...
He was the son of Lenato, my adoptive father. I always called him my brother, though. Failure never got to him. All he'd ever do is laugh and try again. Whenever I was feeling down about a setback, he would cheer me up. He'd say something like, "Don't worry, we'll tackle it together next time." I was always happy to have him around.
He sounds like a wonderful person.
He was. And I get the same feeling from you.
I've done nothing but bother you with frivolous... I'm sure I could never be like your brother. But I'd like to stay by your side, if you'll have me.
What do you mean?
I want to be there to help you in times of need, or... I should be able to manage that without doing too much damage.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Thank you, Mercedes. I know I can rely on you.
C'est ça. Tant qu'il était petit, chez moi, il allait bien, il s'amusait bien. Et les derniers mois, avant que je le donne à quelqu'un pour que ça aille mieux, il était tout triste, il allait pas bien, quoi.
Oh, how unlucky that we were assigned to clean this ancient tower.
It's not a pleasant job, but someone has to do it.
With all the windows boarded up, it's so dark. And there are strange noises. Like that noise. What was that? A rat?
Better than a ghost.
You're not scared of ghosts, are you, Ash? I didn't think you'd...
You haven't seen what I've seen. Ah!
Oh no! What was that?
It's okay. It's just the wind blowing the door. Oh no, the latch is rusted.
What? You mean we're trapped in here?
I'm sorry. I didn't think to prop the door open.
Don't worry about that now. We need to think of a way out of...
What if we were to pry the boards off the windows?
Yes, that! We can do it in no time.
Oh, there's something on my face!
Calm down, Ash. It's a cobweb. Just a cobweb. We've got to pull ourselves together. Now, which of the windows should we check?
Oh, I've got one here. Stand up. Oh, we made it.
I wouldn't want to go through that again. For a moment there, I didn't think we'd make it out. No. Oh, wait. I've lost it. It's gone.
What is it?
The doll my father gave me. Oh, I must have dropped it.
In the tower? Are you going back?
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Yes, but it can't be helped. Let's just...
Right.
« 5 minutes au paradis. » Je sais pas c'est quoi, ça a l'air intéressant. Le paradis. Le paradis. Ça, je regarde trop Benzoy. Faut que j'arrête.
Whoa, hi Ash. You seem excited. What's that you're holding?
A book I found in town. I bought it for you.
For me? Ash, this looks very costly. Antique books like this are never cheap. Wow. The cover is stunning, and the binding is still in fantastic condition.
I drove a hard bargain. Still, I'll probably have to cut back on my spending for a while.
Why did you go to so much trouble?
It wasn't easy, but as soon as I came across this legend, I knew you had to read it too.
Well then, I will read it. Oh, the knight on the cover looks striking.
Fascinating, right? I was captivated from the moment I laid eyes on the cover.
There's an aura of stoicism intermingled with beauty. Even... Wait! Looking closer at the face... This...
Yes, and she was a real historical figure. She was born into a noble family and bore a crest, but she fought in many battles at her king's side, serving him... Oh, sorry, I've said too much. I didn't mean to spoil the story for you. I'm just so excited. I hope you enjoy it too.
Thank you for the encouragement, Ash. Living as a knight is certainly not an easy task. I know it will mean much pain, strife, and heartache, but I still want to pursue that dream. I'm not the type who gives up easily.
That's the Ingrid I know.
So to start, I'm going to read this book.
Great! When you're finished and freshly inspired, we'll talk about becoming knights. Not the ones in stories either.
I look forward to it, Ash.
Ah, j'hésite pour les couples. Ah, ah, c'est dur. J'ai pas l'impression qu'il peut aller plus loin, alors qu'il peut aller plus loin avec Annette.
What's wrong, Ash? Why are you standing there?
I've been thinking. No matter what I do, Lenato and my brother are never coming back.
Do you hate me?
I don't know. Maybe I do. I know you're an ally I can trust, a knight I can respect.
Why don't you take a swing at me? I bet that'll make you feel better.
What?
Don't just stand there with that timid look on your face. Come at me!
I don't think that's going to help.
Dans les anciens, tu pouvais, Mia. Dans celui-là, j'ai pas l'impression.
This isn't about avenging the dead. It's about taking revenge for yourself. It's how survivors move on. What will you do, Ash? You're welcome to stare at your feet for the rest of your life. Ah, that look in your eye. I like it. Come on, put your back.
Catherine,
Yes, Ash?
I don't know what's right anymore. I don't...
Don't be a fool. You decide for yourself what's right and what's wrong. I believe Lady Rhea is right, so I won't allow anyone to bring her...
What about a friend? How could you kill a friend to protect her, with no hesitation?
I couldn't. I'll never forget that day. When they took him, all I could do was stand there. I had to persuade myself, saying over and over under my breath, if I hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to stand there. I'm still persuading myself even now. I probably will be for the rest of my life.
Attends, Mia, ça se trouve tu peux, hein.
If I let myself regret what happened, he will have died for no reason.
Catherine.
Uncertainty is weakness. Someday, Ash, you'll have to make up your mind. You know who I am. What will you do about it?
So full. That fruit plate really hit the spot. Time to get nice and snug. Maybe do some sewing.
Hey, you Bernadetta. You look pretty happy. Celebrating something?
What? No, nothing at all.
Hey, relax. It's okay if you'd rather not tell me. By the way, I believe you left something in the library. A half-written manuscript? Your own work? I was curious who it belonged to and gave it a read-through. You're a really talented writer. I'm sorry. I looked at the first page, then the next, and I couldn't stop. I think it's good enough to publish. It's the kind of adventure story that will make people laugh and cry. I love how you never know what mess the hero is going to get herself into next. I'm dying to read more. Your mouth's hanging wide open. Bernadetta, are you okay?
Sorry, was someone talking about a story?
Yes, that would be me.
You read my book?
Yeah, and I loved it.
I'm so humiliated. Please.
Humiliated? No, I think the word you're looking for is humbled. Because, now what do I do with this book?
Oh, he
Elle
actually
est tellement mignonne.
I regret everything. Even if I burn the pages, I can't burn his memory. Not unless... No, that's awful. Don't think things like that, Bernie.
Elle s'appelle Bernie en surnom et eux ils ont traduit ça par Nadette. C'est Yandere Simulator ton truc. Ouais, c'est ça. T'étais pas au courant? C'est Bible Black Simulator.
Mercedes, you're looking divine as always.
Et tous les hommes ont pas l'air aussi séduisants que mon groupe. Hein. Moi j'ai pris que les beaux gosses.
Good evening, Sylvain. Thank you for coming out to see me.
Just the two of us meeting at this time of night? You move quicker than I thought.
I don't know what speed has to do with it, but there was something I wanted to talk to you about.
Ah, okay. I probably should have figured that out.
I can be so forgetful at times. I neglected to mention this the other day. I meant to say that I know you've been through a lot in this life.
Huh? Me?
Your parents have placed a great deal of pressure on you as their heir. And it's all because you were born with a crest. You've had to put up with such lofty expectations.
All of the kingdom's noble houses expect a lot from their heirs. I'm no different from any other noble guy or gal. We've all got responsibilities.
But didn't you mention that your brother envied you enough to wish you dead? I'm sure that wasn't easy.
Thinking about it, life was probably a lot harder for my brother than it ever has been for me.
Didn't you also mention that women were only interested in having your, as you say, crest? I'm not very interested in the particulars, but...
Et bien sûr, Bakael qui n'a aucune idée de ce qu'est une tsundere, c'est certain.
I get the feeling that you don't care very much for these women who throw themselves at you.
I'd appreciate it if maybe you kept that observation between the two of
Your secret's safe with me.
Ah non mais moi je sais c'est quoi. Hein.
I understand
J'ai
the
pas de
pain
problème
you
avec
have
ça.
to carry.
Non, j'ai reçu un message.
I know you've got your share of bad memories too, but
That's why you feel comfortable letting your guard down around me. Come now. That's enough with the sad smile.
Mercedes, was my sad smile really that bad? Did it ruin my dash?
Not at all. You actually look more handsome to me with honesty on your face.
Aw, here come the waterworks.
Don't be ashamed of crying. I'm here to protect you. Will you protect me in return?
I will, I promise. You know, Mercedes.
Si on reste sur le sujet des femmes imaginaires, moi aussi je préfère les filles un peu dingues, pas forcément tsundere. Hein.
Training on your own? You really do work hard.
I hate to break it to you, Sylvain, but there's nobody here for you to flirt with.
Mais un peu dingo, ouais.
There's not much reason to hang around.
You're here, aren't you?
How ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as your face.
You'd really say something like that to a handsome guy like me? I'm crushed. Joking aside, may I join you? I only came out here so I could train too.
Sure, just don't get in my way.
I've been thinking about it, and I really depend on you. Maybe that's weird since I'm older than you, but...
Hitting on me? Again? Have some dignity, would you?
No, I'm being honest. I thought you'd listen. Hey, I'd like it if you didn't get too far away from me on the battlefield, okay? Just stay where I can see you.
I'll stay as long as I can. You're useless without me, after all.
What? No, I'm saying if there's one thing I can do on the battlefield, it's keep you safe.
Whatever helps you feel better. Stay and protect me, then. I couldn't bear it if you went off and died on me while I wasn't around.
I'm pretty sure that's my line.
It's getting late. We'd better head out.
You're right. I'm exhausted anyway.
You haven't been practicing enough. All that time you waste chasing after women would be better spent training. I'll train with you anytime, so just... What's that?
Oh, well... You're going to think I'm being a jerk when we're side by side like this? Training?
I know what you mean. It's probably because we've been friends for so long.
That must be it. Let's never change. Friends forever?
Absolutely.
Why am I so unlucky with women lately?
Oh, Sylvain, what's that face for? Have you been dumped again?
Isn't there an unwritten rule you shouldn't ask someone that?
I'm sorry. I thought you didn't mind being dumped. So your love life can let you down sometimes after all. Who knew?
Bonne question, Lucard, bonne question.
It's just... I usually try to be the one doing the breaking up. I've never had a hard time with girls. Ever. Not until recently. But now when I think about it, I wonder what any of them even liked about me. It's not as if any of them knew much about me. I don't get it.
Isn't that what a relationship is for? Learning about someone else? You can't know it all right at the start.
I asked you before if you would have invited me out if I was a peasant.
You did ask me that, yes.
That was wrong of me to say. I've just... It's not an excuse. I'm a nobleman with a crest. The marriage proposals don't stop coming. Except, they don't actually want me at all. They want my bloodline. Within my family. Sometimes I think that if I didn't have a crest, no one...
I see. And honestly, I've had those same sort of thoughts myself.
Oh? What sort of...
I sang, people cheered and applauded, and when I walked off stage, I'd find the same thing every night.
On appelle ça des females, Lucas. Des shemales. Ouais, ça, shemale.
A mountain of presents and marriage proposals.
Une partie porno que j'aurais bien évité de connaître si je n'avais pas des gens corrompus qui m'envoient des trucs chelous des fois.
But none of those people knew me. All they knew was the singer they saw on the stage. All they wanted was my looks and my voice. None of them even tried to get to know the real me.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this somewhere.
We may come from different places, but we're much the same, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I suppose we... Look, Dorothea, I've realized something. Even if you were an old grandma, I'd still flirt with you. And I'd absolutely win you over. Though, I'd much rather win you over now. And be with you until you...
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too. So that I can stay by your side until you're...
Well, before any of that, will you go to dinner with me?
I'd be happy to.
En vérité, on cherche tous une personne. Pas la personne parfaite, parce qu'elle n'existe certainement jamais. Juste la personne normale, en fait. Quelqu'un qu'on appréciera pour ce qu'elle est vraiment. Ouais, faut pas m'écouter, des fois. Il est préférable de pas trop m'entendre.
Do you have a moment? Is this about what happened when we were shopping? If so, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
C'est méchant, mais
Not so fast. I haven't properly... So, I'm sorry. I got scared. Imagine if something bad happened.
Mercy.
You would have just run away if you were on your own, wouldn't you?
Ah merde, ça a censuré.
Instead, you acted defensively because I was safe.
Ah, le foutanari.
I dragged you down.
Mercy, you're upsetting me. How dare you say that you dragged me down? You know why I was acting so recklessly? Because I wanted
Annie.
Do you remember when we first enrolled at the academy? It seemed like everyone was leagues ahead of us and so far out of reach. I felt completely hopeless. But because you were there, I didn't lose hope. So, don't say stupid things about how you dragged me down or how you don't deserve things.
Thank you for saying that. And again, I'm sorry. You're just so important to me. I know I could never find another friend like you. You stayed by my side through thick and thin. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me.
Mercy, can we be friends again?
Of course, Annie. Friends forever.
Good.
À côté, ça parle d'amitié, sur le chat, ça parle de cul. C'est pas mal.
I'm sorry. I should have said something sooner.
No, I'm the one who should have stopped being so stubborn and said something. You know, now that everything's as it should be, I'm suddenly starving.
That's just like you. Come, let's go.
Ooh, let's! And we should have some mercy-baked sweets on this. I think I love you more than just about anything in the world.
You do? Oh, Annie, you're too sweet.
Ah, je peux pas t'enseigner ça, Mia, c'est pas possible.
Not as sweet as your baking.
C'est pas mon truc, déjà.
More than anything in the world, too.
Il y a,
Other than you.
il y a rarement eu des trucs qui me dégoûtent plus que ça.
Well, I'm always happy to bake for you.
I'm so happy to have you back.
Oh my, Ignaz. You're in a hurry. Is something the matter?
The professor wants us to gather at the training grounds. Didn't...
Of course I did. I'll head over in a bit.
Are you sure you want to wait? I can hear the professor calling.
Mais c'est pas le problème de ton âge, c'est que il y a des choses que, voilà,
We have plenty
qui
of
sont difficiles à expliquer.
Oh, I guess so. I was just panicking a bit. I wish I could be calm like you. How are you so unflappable?
Well, rushing around doesn't help, does it?
Le futanari, comme le shemale, en fait, c'est tout à la fois. Donc une poitrine, un service 3 pièces et 2 trous.
I mostly try to stay out of everyone's way. There's no point in overexerting yourself. Anything that needs doing will get done eventually.
Huh. So that's the secret to happiness.
I suppose. But it's not nearly as philosophical as you make it sound.
No, it's perfect. I feel like I don't quite fit in with other... So in situations like this, where I have to talk to someone, I panic a little. Please, teach me how to be as calm and collected as you are.
Honestly, Ignaz, you're making this out to be much bigger than it is. I mostly just don't pay attention. Being like me is more trouble than it's worth.
But you always seem so happy.
There's no need to apologize. Come on, let's head to the training grounds. I may slow you down though.
All right. You don't have... But I'm going to anyway. See you there.
Goodness, don't strain.
Moi j'avais prévenu, hein. Après, vous insistez.
Oh, Aloise. What could you possibly need at this hour?
A little birdie told me you're good at telling ghost stories.
I suppose I am.
So it's true. Excellent. I'd like to hear one of your finest ghost stories.
Goodness, you want me to share one? Well, certainly. I'm rarely asked to tell ghost stories. Which should I tell? Perhaps the one I heard in the monastery the other day.
Wait a moment.
Is something the matter?
I was only asking whether you'd tell me. The telling itself will have to be another time.
Are you sure? It's no trouble right now.
No, I have to steel myself. I mean, I have something important to do.
I see. That's if you don't mind my asking, why the sudden interest in hearing a ghost story?
Well, you see, ghosts terrify me. But I'm a knight. Someday, somewhere, I may have to deal with one.
A knight who's afraid of ghosts.
Yes, it's quite embarrassing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Even knights can't be stoic toward every... I'm impressed that you're working so hard to face your fear.
Oh, it's nothing, really.
I will tell you my scariest ghost story the next chapter.
Oh, it needn't be your very scariest. A moderately scary story will suffice. Thank you for taking the time.
Alors, si tu cherches des dessins d'anatomie, je te conseille O Great, un mangaka que j'ai beaucoup apprécié pour son travail sur des mangas en fait, avant d'apprendre qu'il faisait du porno.
Taking them all up in one go is a bad idea.
Il a une façon de représenter les corps qui est vraiment impressionnante. Et du coup, il faisait du porno avant de faire... avant de faire du manga. Putain, c'était pas Tenjo Tenge, c'était celle qu'il avait fait avant que j'avais adoré. Putain, j'ai les 2 tomes en plus. Ça me fait chier, je me rappelle plus le nom. Je retrouverai le nom, je te l'enverrai. Et merci pour le follow, chez Gamer, pour la 12e fois, je pense.
Annette, are you okay with all those boxes?
Linhard, hi. I'm so glad you're here. I don't know if I'll be able to handle all these. I thought I may as well get it over with, so I decided to carry them all at once.
Comment tu vas?
Big mistake.
Smart thinking, do it all at once. That's what they say, right? Work smart, not hard. I think you've got it from here, so I'm off to take a nap.
But maybe you haven't. It's fine. It is fine. I'll just... Huh? They didn't fall.
That was almost pretty bad.
Linhard, I thought you had an important nap to get to.
Ouais, on a dépassé les 500 aujourd'hui.
I'd call it insomnia, but I suppose it was really just a guilty conscience. I came to see if you needed help. And sure enough, here you are, about to tip all the boxes on the floor.
Thanks. Though it may have been best if you had just chipped in for...
Huh? But it was your job. Why would I step in? You cleared...
Then why help me at all?
If the boxes had fallen just now, everyone would have had to help tidy them up anyway. If anything broke, more boxes would need to be carried. And if all of that came to pass, then there'd be noise and no chance of my taking a nap.
Huh. But if you had helped me from the start, there would have been no danger of anything being dropped at all.
Correct. But there was no danger yet, and so there was no need for my help. So I tried carrying one box at a time instead of straining to do it all at once. Work smart, not hard, as they say. All right, well, I think you've got it from here, so I'm off.
After all that, he's not gonna help me.
Bernadetta.
Hey, salut Millie.
No, sorry, not happening.
I'm not playing around, Bernadetta. This training is absolutely crucial to the war.
I don't care. I can't handle it today. Please.
Why did you come here?
Why did I come here? I didn't choose to join the academy. I was forced. Then more stuff happened, and I didn't have a say in any of it. So, here I am. Somehow.
I suppose not everyone has to be pleased about being here. But even so, Bernadetta, I'll ask one more time. Please come out.
And I'll tell you one more time. It's not happening. Not right now.
You leave me no alternative. If you're near the door, you'd better step away.
My door! Why?
Now hurry along, Bernadetta. You've got lots of training to catch up on.
Spare me! I'll train! Just not with...
Is that so? That presents a problem. I know we are two very different people, but whether or not you like me, we are on...
It's not about any of that! If this is how you treat people on your own side, what do you do?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. I did what was necessary. I do hope that the professor will be able to help you through the rest of your training. In the meantime, I will fix your door. Good luck.
Right. Oh.
T'as cassé la porte quand même, hein. Espèce de cinglé, va.
Hey, Ignatz. What are you doing here? Hello? Oh, you're painting.
Ingrid, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same.
Deux.
I did ask you the same.
Deux morceaux.
Anyway, I'm just visiting the cathedral.
On n'avait pas précisé combien de morceaux, alors.
I must say, that painting is looking wonderful.
Ah, don't look!
Why not? It really looks great.
Really?
I wouldn't lie. Let me have a look.
I hope you don't think I was ignoring you when I'm painting.
Of course not. My feelings aren't hurt so easy. What if you gave her a more edgy outfit?
No, that would be improper.
Ooh, and how about making her sword bigger? Oh, turn her.
But she's not a knight.
Come on. Huh. She doesn't exactly look like a knight. More like a maniacal demigod.
Yeah, it just kind of came out that way.
It's different. Not quite.
It's my fault. I should have stuck to my original idea.
I'm sorry I pushed you, Ignatz.
À peu près. Hein? C'est ta sœur Justine, hein, qui surveillait. Moi, j'avais Sarah. D'ailleurs, Justine a renversé son popcorn sur le sol. Je tiens à le dire.
Is something troubling you, Ingrid?
Oh, Sedith. You seem to have caught me when I thought nobody was around.
Perhaps I can help, if you would like to share.
I wouldn't want to bother you with my trivialities.
1 milliard d'euros.
I will not pry, of course. But if you keep it to yourself, no one will be able to help you.
That's true. It's regarding my father.
Count Galatea. I have met him once or twice.
Well, you have likely heard that House Galatea's financial situation is precarious. Many regions of Fargus are harsh and infertile, but our lands are especially so. There were several years of fruitless harvests. It nearly ruined us. Then I was born bearing a crest, after generations bore none. Suddenly my father had hopes that with my crest, I'd be married into a noble family, and that—
Ah, I see. And the other house would benefit from the addition of your crest-bearing. It seems to me you have suffered much for the misfortune of being—
I beg your pardon?
I know crests are highly valued, but they are also a burden.
You truly think so? But you're so devoted to the god.
Perhaps one day I will expound upon my opinion of crests in greater detail. For now, let it suffice to say that whether or not you bear one is secondary to your identity. You are a person, first and foremost. And you should...
I agree. Thank you for listening.
Ça coûterait franchement plus cher que ce que j'ai payé. Hein.
Consider me available whenever you please.
Thank you so much.
Sachant que je prends mes tickets avec le CE de ma boîte. J'ai payé 4 € la place.
La 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 la.
Bernadetta? It's just me, Linhart. What are you doing?
Painting! Just painting. Not important.
En même temps, est-ce que tu m'as entendu te demander de l'argent? C'est moi qui ai demandé si ton fils pouvait venir.
No need for all that. I just came out here to read. I'll stay quiet and still so as not to bother. How's that?
Si je vous ai pas invité vous autres, c'est parce que je sais que vous alliez pas accepter. Et parce que le plus petit est encore trop petit pour y aller.
No. I'll stay.
Say, aren't you usually holed up inside?
I'm sorry. Sorry for coming here. You're mad, aren't you? You're really mad. I'll just pack up.
Mad? At you? Never. I fantasize about shutting myself in my room and never going outside again. It sounds like paradise.
Le paradis, le paradis.
However, I wouldn't be able to perform my research.
Faut que j'arrête de regarder Bensai.
There is a problem.
What? You at my... So you want to copy me, is that it? And what's a copy do with the original? Well, I've got you figured out. I won't just sit back and take...
What? That's not... I do believe a nap.
This is lovely. Just...
Dorothea, whatever are you doing here?
I was thinking of relaxing here, but it looks as if someone else is lounging in my spot. Taking a nap in public like this? Really, Lynn. The nobles look down on such behavior.
You do know I am of noble birth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just teasing. You never do act very noble, though. Why is that?
Each person must follow their own way. This is how I prefer to live. Even if some of the more pretentious nobles like to poke fun at my ways.
Doesn't that bother you? I mean, really? It doesn't hurt your pride or anything?
What use is pride? It doesn't feed nor clothe you. It offers no warmth on a cold night.
First time I've heard a noble say something like that.
Well, most nobles are... oh, what is the polite way to say it? Fools. Yes, they are fools. As for myself... My father is the Minister of Domestic Affairs, and he has pride enough for the both of us. For example, did you know he and the Minister of Military Affairs cannot get along?
Merci.
They value each other greatly? His pride gets in the way, so he can't make amends. That is why there was discord between civil ministers and military officers in the Empire.
En effet, elle a du niveau. Hein. C'est pas trop mon truc, mais...
And so pride serves no good purpose in politics either. So tell me, what use is it?
I wonder if bad blood between civil and military leaders is somewhat unavoidable. The Minister of Domestic Affairs is in charge of all civil officials, so if they just give an easy